I don't even know how to say this, but I guess on this channel, I've made a reputation of making jokes that are kind of funny. They're not always funny. Everyone's got their own opinion. But the reality of life is that sometimes it's not always funny. Sometimes serious things happen. And today, unfortunately, we say goodbye to a legend. The zipper boot is dead. What's going on, guys? Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of a pair of boots that I feel partially responsible for, and that is the latest and greatest variation of the Under Armour Spotlight 2.0 Pro. The exact same name with one distinctive difference. RIP to the zipper. It is finally gone, and trust me when I say, as sad as it is to say, that these boots are much better off with this new design. As much as I've made fun of the zipper boots, I've always said from the beginning that zipper aside, this is actually a solid platform. The synthetic upper is pretty good, the sole plate and stud pattern is really good, it's comfortable, it fits decently well. There's just a lot of unnecessary bulk across the top of the foot, and it's stupid. Why the heck do these have a zipper? Well, they have fixed all of those problems and given us a simplified variation of the Spotlight 2.0 Pro, which I realize because it's Under Armour, not everyone's going to like them no matter what. But trust me when I say that this is a much more viable option now and a legitimately good top-end model. We're gonna go over all the details in today's video, including how they fit and feel on feet. So if you wanna learn more about them, please stick around. And if you are interested in a pair for yourself, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $200 retail price. If you guys do end up enjoying the video, don't forget to support it with a like. And if you're new here watching for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. Included with the boots is a box and nothing else, if you care. So basically what Under Armour has done here with Spotlight 2 version 2, if you want to call it that, that's not the official name, is they've given us the Pro issued variation of the second generation Spotlight. Under Armour does not have a lot of big name pros wearing their boots, mainly because they don't pay a lot of big name pros to wear their boots. But the biggest name wearing their boots would be Memphis Depay, who is actually wearing the Spotlight 2. He's been wearing it since it came out. However, his have always had one distinctive difference, and that is the fact that there's never been a zipper anywhere near his boots. They've always looked like this, and they've finally given this design change to the public, rightfully so, because the concept of putting a zipper on the boot for the reasons that they did were just straight up stupid. This just makes so much more sense, and the product is much better off for it. Basically, aside from the elimination of the zipper, because they've done that, it also changes up the construction in this area of the upper. So you can see that it does have an off-centered lacing system rather than the laces running more so down the middle underneath the zipper lace cover like we had on the previous variation. This also eliminates the entire neoprene internal structure system in place of just a regular synthetic tongue with a little bit of memory foam running through the middle for some extra padding. So you have less layers of material here, less bulk, and I would argue a much cleaner, better looking pair of football boots. Everything else, however, is identical, which is not a bad thing because the Spotlight 2.0 as a base platform is actually pretty solid. So you're gonna find a microfiber synthetic for the entire upper. And the synthetic itself, while I think it looks a little bit cheap with this kind of fake carbon fiber design, this texture they have on the surface, it feels really, really good. It's soft, it's flexible. It actually reminds me a lot of the Tasian synthetic upper found on the Nike Mercurial Vapor 8, which a lot of people really like. It's maybe a touch thicker than that, but that's kind of what it reminds me of in regards to just the thickness and the overall flexibility of it. It doesn't have a soft feel to it whatsoever. So definitely this is gonna offer, I would say, more of a barefoot feel, although the Under Armour Magnetico Pro would be a much thinner option from the Under Armour brand. Either way, it feels really, really good. And because it doesn't have a zipper anymore, there's just a lot less bulk. The fact that it also has this off-centered lacing system, with such a thin upper, it almost gives this boot somewhat of a power boot vibe, even though there aren't any rubber elements. I really do like what they've done here though. It's simple while the design might not reflect that, they feel very, very clean on your feet. Moving to the rear of the boot, you're going to find that it does have a standard low cut, which again is not a bad thing. It's got plenty of padding at the back, so lockdown and overall comfort in the heel area is really good out of the box. It's got this nice synthetic leather material, and again, the quality is very good, even though Under Armour doesn't necessarily have a great reputation for quality. The insoles are fully removable. They feature a mesh liner on top and a single layer of this kind of greenish yellow foam that's actually more dense than you might expect. It's not quite the Micro G4D foam combo that we have seen from Under Armour in the past. Those are some of the best insoles on any football boots ever, but I would say that these are above average in regards to how they feel, providing pretty decent underfoot cushioning, or at least good step-in comfort. Moving to the sole plate and stud pattern, you're going to find that this features a glass composite sole plate, which is that pattern you see running through the heel and midfoot area. It's some form of a carbon fiber, if you want to call it that, and you'll definitely notice that from the heel all the way through the midfoot, the part that is in this silver is actually quite stiff. So this has a very solid feel on feet. Borderline a little bit too stiff for my liking, but again, that's more of a personal preference thing. Once you get to the forefoot, it has good flexibility, and after a few wears, it definitely will feel a lot more natural on your feet. But if you're looking for that more solid feel underfoot, where it has more structure to the sole plate, you're really gonna like the feel of this particular one. As far as the stud pattern is concerned, this is their FG layout, which is pretty much the only one available on this particular boot. It's really, really good. It's kind of Puma-esque, reminds me a lot of the Puma Future, in that you have this combination of kind of longer, more aggressive conical studs with some blades mixed in. At the heel, you can see you have conical studs at the front, blades at the back, and in the forefoot, you have blades at the toe, conical studs at the toe, blades in the middle, and then conical studs more at the back, with some support studs right there in the middle as well. Very aggressive traction, works quite good, and it's just a solid stud pattern. There's not too much else to say about it. I wouldn't say that it's ideal for use on artificial grass. Not exactly sure how well these would hold up long term, although the structure does feel quite solid. They feel like they would hold up quite well, but as a sole plate and stud pattern from Under Armour, again, a brand that doesn't have a great reputation in the football boot industry, this is well above average. And then there's the weight, and like I've described this boot up until this point, it does have more of a solid feel to it, which is also reflected in the weight. In a size 9.5 US, the Under Armour Spotlight 2.0 version 2 Pro weighs in at about 9 ounces. So it's going to be very similar in weight to that of the Predator 18 Plus or Predator 18.1, which isn't really a power boot even though it's a Predator, but it kind of has that same type of feel to it in that most of the weight is in the sole plate itself, and the sole plate does have a very solid feel. And then there's the way that these look, and I must say that I've always thought that the zipper boots were just ugly, mainly because of the zipper. Certain colorways definitely looked better than others, but these I think look infinitely better with a more standardized lacing system running on the lateral side of the boot. This colorway is pretty straightforward. It's basically a dark gray with orange accents and a little bit of a camo pattern running through the rear portion. Again, I don't really care for this kind of fake carbon fiber finish they have, especially with the camo. I think it's maybe a little bit too much going on. And I don't really care for this stripe that does have the Spotlight branding. I know a lot of people don't like the look of the Under Armour logo. I personally don't mind it. The gray and the orange looks quite good. I just don't think that the design as a whole is still that good looking. The sole plate definitely looks cool. The upper, in my opinion, not so much. But let me know what you guys think of the look down below in the comments. Are they better or worse without the zipper? So as you can see, I swapped out the stock gray laces for some orange punch reflective SR4U replacement laces to match all the orange accents found on the boots, just to make them make a little bit more sense. Having that extra accent, given all the orange they've included, I actually think looks quite good. Plus it makes the boots a little bit more unique than everyone else that has the same one. So if you are looking to change up the style of your boots in a relatively inexpensive way, sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a little pop-up on screen as well as a link down below in the description. Go ahead and check it out, and all the different lace colors are available there. On feet, the Spotlight 2.0 Pro feels really, really good. For having an off-centered lacing system with kind of an awkward looking shape in hand, once they're on feet and you tie the laces tight, it wraps your foot very, very closely. It doesn't have the high volume fit that it looks to have when you're just holding the boots. The upper has a nice softness to it. It's very, very flexible. Obviously the sole plate is on the stiffer side and has a more solid base to the shoe in general. That is something that's going to be more of a personal preference thing. I tend to prefer sole plates that are a little bit more flexible, but this is something that I don't mind at all. And like I said, this does have kind of power boot vibes about it in regards to the overall shape, the way that it feels on feet, but overall, very, very comfortable with a higher quality fit than I was expecting. As far as width is concerned, they definitely have some decent width to them through the midfoot and forefoot area, a little bit tighter through the toes, so something worth keeping in mind. But I think for most people, you will fit in these quite comfortably. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and length is pretty much perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So in conclusion, Under Armour, to my surprise, has taken the Spotlight 2.0, a boot that I've been making fun of for a year straight, modified it, got rid of the unnecessary zipper, and have turned it into legitimately a top-end option that is worth considering because it really is that good. It might be weird for me to compare it to this, but it actually reminds me a lot of the Nike T90 Laser 4s, the later variations with the synthetic uppers that had a little bit of a thinner feel to it, obviously minus the rubberized elements, but the off-center lacing system, the way that it wraps your foot, the solid feel, especially with the sole plate, and the aggressive traction. It does have those T90 vibes about it, which I am personally a very big fan of. This is a legitimately good option, a unique option as well. In a football boot industry that's so much about knitted uppers, this does kind of stand alone as its own unique thing, which is not a bad thing at all. And if you're looking for something different, something that does have that more solid old school power boot vibe about it, you're probably gonna like the new variation of the Spotlight 2.0. And I can't believe I'm saying that. And that's pretty much it for my review. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $200 retail price. If you have any questions, as always, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.